I started getting like arm pain, kind of in the upper arm. It was quite intense too. It would wake me up in the middle of the night. I went to the doctor, and the doctor kind of looked at it, and they did a blood test, and they said, "Oh, it's a glandular fever. That can sometimes cause muscle aches. It's glandular fever." Then a week later, I was playing hockey for school sport, and I just tapped the ball, and there was this crack and a lot of pain. And I went to the hospital, got it x-rayed, and it'd been a hairline fracture caused by like a tumor that had just weakened the bone.
Growing up for me was like really difficult. So when I was about 9, my mum started to see my stepdad, and I hated him. I'd be pushed into brick walls. I would be hit, I'd be punched, you name it, that it happened. I was shoved out in a tent in the backyard with a baby blanket and a yoga mat in the middle of winter for 2 weeks. I think I dealt with being homeless a little bit better after experiencing that.
Yeah, it had a pretty big impact on my life. That chemo stuff, turns out, it's not so hot, so I lost a lot of weight, kind of lost my hair, kind of got pale and gaunt, and, missing a lot of school. It actually kind of looked pretty dire there for a while. They told my parents that I probably wouldn't make it till Christmas.
My mum stood by him. If she was on her own with me, without him, she would tell me how it was wrong, and she was sorry. But when he was around, she would side him, as if she was scared of him.
It's a weird thing that often happens for young people with cancer, is that you kind of, slowly without realizing, you kind of drift away from your friends. The people that you didn't get on with become well-wishers, and then your friends kind of become well-wishers as well. Maybe you don't have close friends anymore.
I'd had a disagreement with my mum. I told her that I was just going to my boyfriend's to get some headspace, and then I'd be home later to discuss it, which is what we'd normally do. I'd normally go for a walk, I'd come back, we'd discuss it, it was all fine. And this one day I went home, she came to the door and said that I made the decision to go with my boyfriend's. I must be happier there than I am at home. I guess I'll see you around, remember that I love you, and slammed the wooden door in my face. I didn't truly believe it, that it happened. I rang the doorbell a few times and said, "Can we just discuss it?" Until my stepdad came to the door and told me that if I didn't get off the property, he'd call the cops for trespassing. That's when he hit hard. I just felt I couldn't talk. I could barely breathe. All my stuff is inside. I have the clothes that I'm wearing, and that is it.
It's weird. You wake up after the operation and you don't have your right arm anymore. Apparently it's common for people to grieve the loss of a limb. I didn't get that. Maybe it's because it was never a great arm. Well, since I broke it when I was 15.
I was on the streets for 2 weeks, in and out of my boyfriend's. His parents would be like, "No, sorry, you can't be here anymore. Go sort it out." But my parents didn't want to sort it out.
I don't think I was 20 yet. Maybe 19 and a half. I don't know. I just started going numb. Like it felt like my emotions were draining away. That's one of those metaphors that's so apt that it feels literal. I was numb for years, easily. I moved to Melbourne 3 years ago, maybe 3.5. That I wanted to move at all was kind of a big deal. I didn't know what to do. I just kind of felt like I had to do something. So it seemed like the hospitality industry might be a good start.
When I first went to Street, I was like scared. I was scared. I was like, I don't know anyone. This is awkward. But yeah, we all sort of got on pretty quick. Like it was just like, okay, we're all in this together.
The work experience in the cafe part, I enjoyed. Structure, like helps a lot. At first, working in a cafe is pretty overwhelming. You've got it's just a bunch of people waiting for you to do something. And sometimes they're in a hurry, and you could feel that pressure.
So life skills was really good. Some conversations were hard. I'd walk out on a few of them. We did a lot on identity and who we were and where we thought we were going. Stuff on goal setting. And we'd do like TAFE. So we've been doing our Cert 2 in hospitality. And I'm pretty sure I passed that. Feeling pretty confident.
Making coffee one-handed is surprisingly doable. There's a thing to hold the group head while you tamp. getting the milk one-hand, it's very, very tricky. You gotta put it down a little bit early and turn it off. If the jug's not full enough, then more air gets into the end. It's very fiddly, but it's doable.
Days that weren't great. I could go into the office, like the head office, and know that Kirsten and Liam were there for me. And the placement staff were always there for me. They'd always listen. If I'd come in and I wasn't great, they'd be like, all right, sit down. All right, tell me what's going on. Like, they were always there for me. You don't get that anywhere else.
Street has a new course called the dessert. All the different parts are named after. It's like the entree, the main, and now dessert. So yeah, the dessert course involves, I guess, doing more art projects. I stood up on stage and told a personal story from my life in front of a crowd of, I think there was like 30 people. That was really fun. It was nice to be good at something.
It's been my dream my whole life to study at William Inglis. I got a letter, about 2 weeks ago, saying that I officially got accepted. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I look at my chef whites and all my uniform every day, thinking it's one day closer. It's another day closer to saying goodbye to all my street friends, but it's another day closer to that.
My goals are extremely mundane. I don't know, maybe a job you don't hate and several friends. I guess I can see I have a future, but the specifics still a little vague on. Hope seems a strong word. Maybe it's the odds of having a good life have gone up.
My previous life is hard. It still haunts me to this very day. Like slamming doors and stuff I still get traumatised by, but I'm not on the streets anymore. I've got a future. It's what makes me happy and gets me going each day now, really.